Hi and Assalamualaikum. So for this video, me and my teammate will present to you our assignment for subject HRM 533 entitled Recruitment and Selection. And for my session, I will introduce to you what is recruitment and selection. What is recruitment? Recruitment is the process of acquiring a pool of candidates with the desired knowledge, skills, attributes, and experience. So you can select the right person who will assist your business to achieve the goals. And selection is the process of interviews, reference checking, and testing or assessment that assists you to ensure the best person is appointed using effective, fair, and equitable practices. So when we combine these two words, which are recruitment and selection, it is actually a process of identifying the need for a job, defining the requirements of the position and the job holder, advertising the position, and choosing the most appropriate person for the job.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I'm Ardenis bin Abdul Khalid. For my session, I will talk about how to have a good recruitment process. There are a few things to keep in mind to enable a smooth hiring experience. Number 1. Integrate job posting with job description. By creating a database of job posting and link vacancies to well-defined job description and skills, this makes it easier for the recruiter, the hiring manager, and even the candidate. Next, simplify the application process. Why? You want to assign a candidate and sell the job to them. A complex application process puts off most candidates. The application process should work on all devices, including mobiles. Allow a seamless experience, and candidates should be able to register once and submit their resume to multiple positions. Number 3. Display job posting on your website. By publish the jobs on the career page of your website along with posting on other social platforms, you want to be visible everywhere, especially the social sites where a majority of your prospective hires spend their time. Number 4. Manage previously submitted resume. Because all submissions often get lost, build a database that allows easy tagging and searching. Keep tracks of applicants and inform them of a new position. Number 5. Manage your candidates effectively. It allows assigned interviewers to shortlist candidates and automate reminders to candidates and interviewers. Number 6. Streamline the applicant tracking process. It allows recruiters to accept, review, and manage resume at a single location. Number 7. Maintain touchpoint with candidates. It is important to remain in touch with candidates on a periodic basis. They may not have succeeded in the existing job position they apply for, but may be suitable in the future. Keeping in touch with them often builds relationships and can reduce the time to hire for future recruitments, both for these candidates as also their referrals. Number 8. Have a robust onboarding process. It improves day one readiness of new hires by seamlessly onboarding new employees. Last, maintain data on the recruitment process. To iteratively improve the recruitment and selection process, meticulously maintain data related to different parts of the process. Different recruitment metrics that you can manage includes resume received, resume shortlisted, interviews, no-shows, offer, accepts, time to hire, time to fill, and so on. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Iman Daniel bin Razman from BA 2442A, and I want to explain about the selection and how a company selects employees effectively. Regarding this topic, there are several steps in the selection process and how to create an employee selection process effectively. And the steps in the selection process and their sequence will vary, not only with the organization but also with the type of job being filled. Each step should be evaluated in terms of its contribution to the process. Not all applicants will go through all of these steps. Some will be rejected after the preliminary interview, others after taking tests, and so on. Organization gather information about applicants in a number of ways via resumes, application, interviews, tests, medical examination, and background and other checks. For an internal candidate, not all of these steps may be needed. The person might need to submit a resume and go through an interview, but not necessarily a background investigation. However, some experts say it is good idea to treat internal and external candidates to the same way, because it helps ensure no special treatment was given to any one candidate, and the best person for the job is chosen. For the first step, I shows in the presentation, in the slide. The first one is the first step is the announcing the job. Once it is decided that an empty position needs to be filled, or after a new position is created, the management team should list out the desired qualification for the job. Candidates may need a degree or certification, or specific number of years of work experience, or a background in a particular industry. When this have been established, the human resources team can pick where to advertise the job. For the second step is the reviewing candidate applications. Go through all the applications, resumes, and cover letters to narrow down the candidate pool. Discard any that stray significantly outside the desired qualification listed in step 1. When unemployment is low, you may find that less qualified candidates are applying. So adjust your expectation as accordingly on those skills or experiences that aren't absolutely necessary. For the third step, conducting initial candidate screening, to keep your interview time to a minimum and free up management and HR resources, use phone interviews to further narrow down the pool. This can be useful for screening out of town candidates, and it can tell you a bit about how they communicate. While phone interviews should not be used as the only way to judge personality or professionalism, it can give you insight into the potential candidate's suitability. For the fourth steps, conducting in-person interviews. Now that you have fewer candidates in the pool, you can start setting up in-person interviews to better assess their qualification. Whether you choose a panel or group interview, or stick to one-on-one sessions, your interactions with the candidate will focus on their ability to communicate and their compatibility with company culture. For the fifth step, making final candidate selection. Once everyone has been interviewed and you receive feedback from the interviewers, the hiring manager will narrow the pool down to the best fit for the job. Sometimes a second candidate will be identified as a runner-up in case the first pick declines the job offer. Since the next phase involves testing, having a second candidate in mind is helpful if the first choice doesn't pass. Last but not least, the final step is testing the candidate. Before an applicant is brought on board as a proper new employee, the employer may make an offer of employment conditional upon passing tests or a background check. This communicates that if all goes well, the job is theirs. Drug tests are common, as well as criminal background history checks.
Hi, my name is Zami Ashraf bin Zabba. For today's, I'm gonna present a topic about how to overcome recruitment problems. Okay, we start with a problem. Okay, the problem is missing. The phenomenon of missing employee is that the employee is not present during the interview or the employee is successful in hiring but does not come to self-report. To overcome it, company have to provide automated emails of interview information to all applicants, contact and reschedule for those who are unable to attend. If an employee is not present after being hired, discuss, talk about discipline and tell the rules to be followed. Okay, next, second problem is attract the right candidate. How to attract the right candidates? A large number of candidates present did not meet the desired criteria. Employer will choose people who have good talents but not necessarily the candidate is fit for the job. To overcome it, company have to make a detail of the role of the job in advertising, create questions and answer forms, and create questions about job roles. Employer easily reject qualified candidates by the answer of those candidates. Okay, the third problem is recruit fairly. A large number of employers will evaluate candidates with first impressions and personalities. This will cause bias among employers. To overcome it, use effective techniques to achieve objectives, such as conducting structured interviews and evaluating candidates by blind selections.
Hi, my name is Naluda Bintu Sidin. I'm from YM campus student. Today I would like to present my topic, which is problems that might occur in selection process and how to overcome it. So let's go. For example, I take two problems that may occur in the selection process, which is observation skill and pool selection. While almost anybody can apply for a job, recruiter must determine which candidate are the best choice in terms of skill and compatibility with the organization, culture, mission, and value. So for observation skill, you can often tell as much about job applicant from their mannerism and expression as from their work. Part of your selection for a job person should focus on how a candidate behaves non-verbally. Look at body clues for confidence factors. For example, consider whether the person stands upright, look you in the eyes, and radiate that he can perform well in a position with your company. This is the type of person likely to do well. On the other hand, watch for clues that a candidate is insecure in his abilities. This sign can include frowning, repetitive motions such as rubbing his forehead, and avoiding eye contact. Look for this as indicator, but do not focus solely on them, because you need to consider the whole picture of verbal skill, non-verbal skill, and the person resume. So for the post selection, many employers make the mistake of placing classified advertisement all over the World Wide Web and in local print newspaper. This reaches out to great a number of individuals, which causes a deluge of calls and emails to your office. Many of these come from people who are not qualified for the job you want to fill. It is better to design a recruitment program that presents only those people who are likely to possess the skill needed for the position. One way to find them is to hire a recruiting specialist who assesses candidates for you. This is effective but costly. Another method is to talk directly with professionals who can lead you to candidate. For example, if you need someone with mechanical skill, talk to the educator at technical school who can lead you to competent applicant.
As a conclusion for our group presentation is recruitment and selection are important to identify candidates and take them to the post. By recruiting and selecting the best of workers can positively affect the effectiveness of an organization. The better recruitment and selection, the better they recruit and retain employees who satisfy the productivity and organizational performance. Thank you for spending your time to watch our videos. Till we meet again, and